It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. I have a webcam now, shitty little webcam finally, just in case I ever want to go public with these fucking videos. I have I have to be accountable for the past 2 days because I have not been on charts. I was lazy. I didn't wake up. I was going to bed too late, and uh, none of that matters. I'm gonna stay consistent. I'm gonna keep the momentum. And for today, for Wednesday, going into Wednesday, it's still Tuesday night for me. I'm a bit neutral. We were reacting off of the survey gap on the daily, and we also reacted off of the survey gap on the weekly. So we'll just kind of see how intraday plays out. I'm really not too worried about daily, weekly, or monthly chart right now. Um, Either want to see us inverse this gap, maybe come for New York highs, crash below, crash below. Um, Either that, or we take previous day low and then Jesus Christ, find a way up. Super simple ideas, nothing crazy. I'm gonna be waiting for New York, and then I'll hop back on and see what's going on and see if we can maybe find a setup. Alright, it's June 10th, Wednesday, 6 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. New York time. Last night, I made a video. Didn't really have a bias for the day. For right now, go ahead and mark out my fib. Okay, so we seem to be somewhat respecting 0.5 of this day. 8 a.m. candle closed with a bit of a rejection. We weren't able to take London highs. Doesn't look like ES was either to, or wasn't able to either. I think what I like to see is a run up above these highs. Something like this. Either London highs or Asia highs. And then we come back down. Or I can see another two scenarios playing out. I can take previous day low and be bullish, which I'm not very in favor of right now, but last thing I might want to see would be a bearish continuation. But preferably after the manipulation, so I'm not going to sit here and overanalyze or try and think too hard about it. Just kind of checking all of our gaps real quick. I mean, we're tapping back into this weekly fair value gap, to be honest. Weekly candle looking interesting too. If we close like that, then definitely might be bullish for a minute. Maybe not though, we'll see. I mean, right now markets are bearish, obviously after this dump, so looking for shorts is something favorable, but I mean, longs could present themselves today as well, so again, I'm not going to think too hard about it. We're delivering off of two high time frame gaps, so we'll just kind of see what, if the market tells me which way it wants to go, and then we'll be back probably around 9:30 for equity open. All right, so the only thing that I really added was this 4 hour for value gap. Obviously, if we tap into this, we're gonna be looking for shorts. For some reason, I have a weird feeling, which doesn't matter too much. I have a weird feeling that maybe not today exactly, but I have a weird feeling we might be bullish right after this little dump. Because if we look at how the weekly candle's closing, if we look at how the monthly, like I mean, this dump is very significant until you go to the monthly chart. It just doesn't look that big to me. And then of course the weekly is shaping for a next candle to be bullish. And we can't guarantee these things, but it's just what I see. We swept this low. It's really the first important low that I feel like we've really swept that we could react off of. There's also a gap, weekly fair value gap, right here. That this candle's also tapping into now. Could reject, go fucking skyrocket. Yeah, we'll see though. Once again, we'll see. Okay, so for some reason, it just occurred to me that this actually was a really good setup. Um, London taps into this gap. We bump up a little bit. We go below it. Right. We go into it again. We go into the gap again. CISD, 15-minute fair value gap that we deliver off of at 9:30, and then we send it straight up. Very very pretty good trade right here. But I think it's important that this is what I'm wary of right now. Just all these different plays that 8, 9, 10 could play out. Specifically 9. Right. Like yesterday, we just took previous day high and fucking sank down. Today it was more of a continuation trade where we just retraced into a PD array, a couple PD arrays, and then went higher. Okay, 10 a.m. just opened. I didn't want to short off of this because obviously we didn't take any high, and we're right below this gap. So I either want to see 10 a.m. come down and manipulate this 15-minute fair value gap and then go bullish, or we'll come in and manipulate this 4 hour and then be bearish. Looks like it's going to be that 15-minute though. Okay, I entered here a little late. I was going to try and enter on this 1-minute rejection block, but I couldn't set the limit in time, so I just went ahead and placed a market order. I'll just take it these New York highs right here. I'm not looking for huge profits. I've definitely learned my lesson with trying to hold and be greedy. So these highs is where I'm taking it. Probably not even the wick. Probably the body right here is where I'll take profit. All right, I went ahead and closed this position because we seem to want to be respecting this fucking 1-minute gap for some reason. Um, I'm also scared, dude. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm honestly scared. Like being in that position scared me because I didn't have a stop loss, and I hate that. I really need to get a stop loss. I need to be more precise with my entries, especially too. Because if I would have entered a shit down here, I would not worry about any of that. I just hold my profit. But I mean, I literally bought chasing price, so I made my mistake, and I don't know. I think I just made like $50, so I should be second digits negative now, not three digits. But honestly, I don't think the framework for this trade was bad at all, and I probably would have still been in it if I had a better entry. So yeah, yeah. So this is literally the trade. Um, Again, if the entry was like right here, I could have even exited this high, and it would have been a nice little scalp. But again, I was just in the middle of me trying to set the limit. This happened. So yeah, we're going straight to that high. So again, really good idea. 10 a.m. opens up. We immediately manipulate into this 15-minute fair value gap and go straight for this high. Only problem with this trade was the entry. Again, as I was trying to set my limit, this candle had already printed up, and I got pretty scared, and I just entered anyway. I was like, the objective is this high, so I'll probably just take it out of this low if we get to this low. But I got scared. It's my second trade on the funded, so I'm obviously gonna have some emotions involved. But overall, I feel pretty good because I'm not forcing setups. I'm not looking for things that aren't there. At least today I took something that was there. I took a trade that actually made sense. So I am happy about that. But again, just execution could be cleaner. Emotions could be better. So I'll go into tomorrow and next week with that in mind. All right. So usually I'll kind of watch everything before I make like my final recap, but I think I'm going to do that today because I made a lot less mistakes. Just to go over the trade that I took. 10 a.m. opens and we immediately traded in this 15-minute gap, so I dropped down on the 1 minute. And the entry I was supposed to take was right here around. I could have targeted these highs or these highs. My initial target was these highs, but I exited early because I got scared. But this was a 10 a.m. PO3 trade that I spotted today. Again, have this 15-minute gap. I'm already bullish because I can tell that we're on the way to this 4-hour gap right above us. Also, I mean, just looking at the day, it's framed bullish, right? Asia and London trade down into a weekly gap, right? Pre-New York, we are still in it, and then 9:30, we have this set up, a change in state of delivery, 15-minute gap, tap right into it, and then go higher. And then 10 a.m. again, we retrace into this 15-minute, and this was my scalp for the day. Here is my problem though. As soon as 10 a.m. opened, I was trying to set a limit so I could have a stop loss because I haven't been able to use a stop loss with market orders. This candle right here at 10:02 was pretty much already up here by the time I was trying to set my limit. So I got a little bit greedy and entered right there up top, trying to chase it a little bit. And I figured it's still an okay entry. I can put my stop loss at this low and then target these highs, but I ended up exiting here because I went into red a little bit, scared me a little bit, and price is also pretty volatile right here. Price is just kind of jumping around. I really wasn't able to tell how the candles were printing specifically. So just emotions is really what harmed me today. But opposed to my last trade, it's not like I was forcing anything. It's not like I was trying to find anything that wasn't there. This trade actually is valid. It's a good trade. Mo validated it himself. He said it was pretty clean. So I'm pretty proud of this today. I'm just gonna tighten a few things up, work on a few things emotionally, and just get better. So that's gonna be the recap for June 10th, Wednesday, 2026.